You've seen the headlines: millions of unfilled cybersecurity jobs. But you've also seen the reality. People with certifications and have done boot camps sending hundreds of applications and hearing no feedback. The entry-level market is saturated. Thousands are stuck. But people are still getting hired. We'll look at what they're doing differently. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why the entry-level market is saturated, what companies actually want, and the strategic moves that still get people hired, without wasting years or thousands on the wrong credentials. What is cybersecurity? Here's what most people get wrong about cybersecurity. They think it's about stopping every single attack. The real job? Risk management. Think of it like home security. You can't stop every burglar from trying your door. But you can lock it, install an alarm, and know who to call when someone gets in. According to NIST, cybersecurity is about preventing, detecting, and responding to attack. The UK's NCSC calls it resilience, keeping systems running even when something gets through. You don't need to be a hacking genius. Most breaches happen because of misconfigured servers or someone clicking a phishing link. Cybersecurity isn't an impenetrable fortress. It's knowing which doors to lock, which alarms work, and how to clean up when someone breaks a window. Required skills for the cybersecurity role. Technical skills sets. Let's talk about the technical toolkit for cybersecurity. You don't need to know everything, just the right things. First, network security. Think of it as knowing the layout of a building. Where are the doors? The windows? The alarms? You need to understand how traffic moves across networks and where attacks enter. Tools like firewalls, intrusion detection systems, and VPNs are your everyday gear. Second, threat detection and monitoring. Spotting unusual behavior or signs of malware. Security platforms like Splunk help you see what others miss. It's like watching security cameras, but for data. Third, incident response. When something goes wrong, you investigate, contain the damage, and restore systems. Alert tools, ticketing systems, and forensic utilities are your cleanup crew. Also, vulnerability management. Scanning for weaknesses before attackers find them. And cryptography. Encryption, certificates, secure communications. Think of it as putting sensitive documents in a locked safe. Path Lab Insight. Cloud security is now non-negotiable. And a little Python or shell scripting goes a long way to automate repetitive tasks. But here's what beginners miss. Tools are just tools. The real skill is knowing when to use them and why. That comes from experience, not a certificate. Soft skills needed. Here's what separates a great cybersecurity professional from someone who just knows the tools. It's not technical, it's human. 1. Critical thinking. You'll work with incomplete information. Question assumptions. Don't jump to conclusions. It's like being a detective with half the clues. 2. Communication. Can you explain a complex risk to a non-technical manager? If not, your technical skills won't matter. You're the translator between the tech team and the business. 3. Teamwork. Security isn't a solo sport. You work with IT, developers, and leadership. No one wins alone. 4. Adaptability. Threats change daily. New attacks, new tools. You have to adjust fast, or get left behind. Finally, ethical judgment. You'll have access to sensitive data. Protecting trust is everything. One bad decision can end a career. Here's the Path Lab truth. Most people think cybersecurity is about being a solo hacker genius. It's not. It's about being calm under pressure, thinking clearly, and explaining risk in plain language when everyone else is panicking. That's what makes you indispensable, not the tools you know, but how you think when it matters most. Some platforms to build cybersecurity skills. Let's talk about where to actually build these skills, because watching tutorials won't save you. Doing will. Think of it like learning to swim. You can watch 100 videos, but until you get in the water, you're not ready for the ocean. For structured learning, Cybrary offers free courses on CompTIA Security Plus, Network Security, and SOC Fundamentals. Think of it as your textbook, but one that actually lets you try things. For real practice, Hack the Box gives you actual vulnerable machines to crack. Rangeforce simulates real enterprise security incidents. This is where you prove you can handle the chaos. For certifications, Udemy has affordable prep courses. Coursera offers university-backed programs like the Google Cybersecurity Certificate. Here's the Path Lab pro tip: don't just watch. Set up a home lab with VirtualBox. Install Kali Linux. Break things. Fix them. Document everything. Your GitHub repo isn't just code, it's your proof. And in a saturated market, proof is everything. The cyber job market paradox. 4 million cybersecurity jobs unfilled. Yet people with certifications are sending hundreds of applications and hearing nothing back. Here's the paradox the headlines won't tell you. The shortage isn't entry-level. It's senior. Companies are desperate for people with 5 to 10 years of experience. But entry-level? Saturated. So what do you do when every job asks for 3 years of experience you don't have? Here's the Path Lab reality. Stop applying directly. Start in IT first. Help desk. System admin, network support. Learn how businesses actually operate. Build security skills on the side. Then transition internally after 1 to 2 years. That's how you bypass the trap. Not by collecting more certificates, but by getting paid to learn the foundation everyone actually values. How to position yourself for employment. Let me give you a repeatable process for building a portfolio that gets you hired, even if you're starting from zero. Step 1. Set up your home lab. Download VirtualBox for free. Install Kali Linux and a vulnerable machine like Metasploitable. Practice detecting and exploiting basic vulnerabilities. This is your practice ground, no risk, all reward. Step 2. Document everything. Every scan, every firewall rule, every log you investigate. Write it down. Take screenshot. Save your commands. If you didn't document it, you didn't do it. Step 3. Turn documentation into artifact. Use GitHub. Create a README that answers, what did you do? Why? What was the result? Example. Used map to scan a network, identified open port 22, recommended disabling unused SSH access. Step 4. Build a simple portfolio site. Use GitHub Pages for free. Link your repos, add your write-ups, and include a short bio connecting your past experience to security. Step 5. Optimize your LinkedIn. Headline. IT support transitioning to cybersecurity home lab, try Hack Me top 5%. Featured section links to your portfolio. The About section tells your story in 3 sentences. Step 6. Apply strategically. Target SOC analyst, IT support with security duties, or junior GRC. Find hiring managers on LinkedIn, not just job postings. Send a connection note. I've been building security skills through my home lab. Open to a 10-minute chat. Here's the Path Lab truth. You don't need 5 years of experience. You need one well-documented project that shows how you think. That's your proof. Start with Step 1 today. Salary threshold for the cybersecurity role. Now let's talk numbers. In the US, according to PayScale and Levels.fyi 2026, entry-level cybersecurity analysts earn $70,000 to $85,000. Mid-career hits $84,000 to $95,000. Seniors reach $118,000 to $127,000 plus. In the UK, IT Jobs Watch reports entry-level at £35,000 to £42,000. The median sits at £53,000. Senior roles command £68,000 to £75,000 plus. London and remote roles pay a premium. Here's the Path Lab truth. Entry level is crowded, that's the bad news. But the ceiling is high, and specialists in cloud or application security climb much faster. The question isn't, can you get in? It's, where are you going once you're there? Traits of a cybersecurity specialist. Think you're not the type for cybersecurity? Let's look at some inherent strengths you may need. First, attention to details. Think of writing a bank check. One wrong digit could cost you money. You don't need to be born obsessive. Start reviewing logs daily. Train your eye to spot what doesn't belong. It becomes second nature. Second, curiosity. The drive to ask why and what if. Think of when your phone suddenly stops working. You don't just accept it, you check the settings, restart it, figure out why. If you don't have it, build it. Set up a home lab. Break things on purpose. Follow the trail until you understand. Third, pattern recognition. Think of driving the same route every day. You immediately notice when a road is closed or a light is out. Run through scenarios. Learn what normal looks like so abnormal stands out. Finally, being calm under pressure. Practice incident response drills. Simulate the chaos until your response becomes muscle memory. Here's the Path Lab truth. The best analysts just weren't born paranoid. They built these traits, one alert, one log, one review at a time. You don't need to be naturally wired for this. You just need to be willing to do the work. Entry level is saturated, but you now know the strategies that actually work. Start in IT, build a home lab, specialize, network, or build a portfolio with home testing. That's how you get hired. But getting hired is just the beginning. The real question: how do you go from junior analyst to the expert everyone trusts? How do you command senior salaries and lead when chaos hits? That's part 2. And you won't want to miss it. Comment below, what role should we analyze next?